What's up guys, this is Instructor Joe. So this video is part of a 3-episode series called Fundamentals of Marksmanship. Stay tuned and happy shooting. Marksmanship. Over these series, I'll be covering 4 aspects of marksmanship: proper grip, sight picture, trigger squeeze, and follow through. All the following steps can be transferred into pistol, rifle, shotgun, what have you. What's key in all these steps is consistency. Getting right back to your proper grip, getting right back to your sight picture, getting right back to your trigger squeeze, and follow through all the way back to the top. You can incorporate in live fire, dry fire, and I'll even give you some tips to do at home. Keep in mind there's many variables to shooting. This is what I've been using, this is what I've been teaching, and it's turned out good for me and my students. So hopefully it'll do you some good. So let's get right into the first step. So first thing you're gonna do is get the gun in your dominant hand. Remember, you wanna keep your finger away from the trigger. Easiest thing to do, gun hand, gun in hand, with that thumb hitched out a little bit. Next step is to flip it over. With that thumb hitched out, you're gonna put your non-dominant hand in front of your dominant hand. The goal is to cover up the negative space right here of the gun and touch the palm of your hand at the same time, like so. And next, you're gonna rotate 45-degree angle and grab your hand. Your thumbs are essentially gonna be pointed forward. Now with your thumbs, it's easy to find your reference point with your front thumb. Like sometimes on the Glocks they have this little notch here. On the M&Ps you can put it like right there if you wanted to. With your dominant thumb, it's easy to put it on top of your hand. On some guns like the 1911, it's okay to rest your thumb on that safety up there when you're shooting. So with your thumbs, you're not really putting any pressure with your thumbs. If you see some of my videos, my thumbs are kind of floating up there when I'm getting to it, transitioning from target to target. I don't want any pressure with my thumbs, because then if you put pressure with your thumbs, you're going to push the gun whichever way. Now as far as percentage of gripping, it's easy to have like a firm handshake grip with your right hand, and always a good high grip right here. You don't want any space down the back. So firm handshake grip, no space there. Now, a lot of people, if you'll see in the movies all the time, they'll have that space right there. You never want to have that empty space right there on these modern guns, because if you do, it'll cause what they call a limp wristing effect. So the gun will recoil, and sometimes it'll cause malfunctions. So always a good high grip. Now on certain guns, like older type guns, if you grip it too high, then the slide's gonna bite you. Just be aware, some guns you're gonna have to modify this grip too. This grip is also called like a master grip, tactical grip, practical grip, whichever. But yeah, you can always look that up. Cool. But firm handshake grip, and you also want to have a firm handshake grip with this hand too. The key is to have an even grip, but a firm grip with both hands. So if you think about it, you're gripping it more with your non-dominant hand than you are with your dominant hand, just because you don't have enough hand on the gun with this hand as you do with your dominant hand. And you want an even grip too. Think of, if you grip it more with your dominant hand, it's gonna go that way. If you grip it more with your non-dominant hand, that way. So a good firm grip, but just make sure it's steady. So when it comes to the smaller or skinnier guns like the M&P Shield, you're gonna have to modify your grip just a little bit, because you essentially want both hands behind the grip itself. So you might have to move your hand a little bit that way to get this grip, to get your palm on the gun itself. This will be really handy, especially if you're transitioning from a compact gun to a full-size gun, because you want because everything's all about consistency. You want the same grip on a different gun, but you want the same methods to shoot on it. So going back to consistency, whenever you're grabbing the hull of your gun, you always want to get that consistent grip. Good high grip, no space there, no space there, like that. So that's good practice for you to do. With the pistol grip, it also translates into like rifles. Always a good high grip, no space there, no space there. Do it. Translates the same way. Either rifle, pistol, you always want a good consistent grip. That's the key to shooting any gun the same way. With all that in mind, you want to get your proper grip. And then when you're pushing out from your body, you don't want to completely lock out your arms. You want to have a little bend in your elbows. You're not gonna put your head to the gun itself. You know how some people, they lock out their arm and put their head to the sight. It's easier to already have your head set up to where you want to shoot at. So you just bring the gun up to your line of sight. So, a little bend in your elbows. If you're moving and shooting, a little more bend in your elbows is really beneficial. Because if you have your arm locked out and you're walking and everything, your arm's gonna go with you. With that buffer right there, it's not gonna move as much. So an easy way to remember this: gun hand, gun in hand. You have your thumb hitched out, your finger away from the trigger. Your left hand, or your non-dominant hand, goes directly in front of your other hand. Rotate 45-degree angle, grab your hand. Not the gun, but your hand. Thumb's always pointing forward. It helps if you have a reference point for your front thumb, your rear thumb. It's easy to put on your non-dominant hand. Little bend in your elbows, gun up to your line of sight. Cool. So stay tuned for the next episode where I'll be going over sight picture. Again, this is Instructor Joe. Thanks for watching and happy shooting.